this video also we will continue with the last part of the chapter inverse trigonometry. Okay, in the previous 6 videos we discussed the different types of sums with the formulas, and in the last 2 videos we discussed some special questions, right? Now in the last video I have told you, other than whatever we have studied till now, there are still few questions where we cannot apply the formula. Okay, neither we cannot simplify it directly. We cannot simplify also it is directly. Okay, in those questions we take the help of substitution to simplify the question. That means what is the meaning of substitution? In the question you will have x something, inverse के अंदर कुछ x के फॉर्म में लिखा होगा. Okay, in the place of x you will put something. In the place of x you will put something. Okay, some values, some functions or something you will substitute. That is called substitution. Now, whatever the substitution basics I will discuss today in this video, these are very important with respect to 3 chapters: inverse trigonometry, differentiation, integration. Okay, that means you cannot afford to forget this. It will continue till the end of differentiation. Whole calculus you need these things. Okay, so if you understand this topic, you will automatically can do many questions of differentiation. You can automatically can do also few questions of integrations. Okay, so make it very clear. Try to understand very nicely what is this substitution all about. Now, one very important part. Whatever we will do, we will understand here in substitution basics. Try to understand the main aim of substitution. Okay, which I haven't written here. You may write just beside the topic as a note. Okay, that why we do the substitution here. The process of substitution is done so that we can use a particular formula. That means I will do substitution to make a formula. Okay, this is the overall aim. I will do substitution to make a formula. So if you don't remember also these substitution basics, you try to make a formulas inside the questions by substituting some term in terms of something else. Okay, so whatever substitution we will study here, what is my aim? My aim is to make a formula. Okay, so let's go one by one. See, in class 10 you studied a formula, sin theta plus cos theta equals to 1. Okay, now if you see this formula in a different way like this, sin theta equals to under root 1 minus cos theta equals to under root 1 minus sin theta, right? Now, these are the 2 things which should be there in your mind. Now, in question, for example, in particular question which you cannot simplify directly, you have this term under root 1 minus x square. Okay, which you cannot simplify directly. You have this term in the question under root 1 minus x square. Now see, 1 minus in front, here also 1 minus in front, here also 1 minus in front. So I will try to make this formula here or make this formula here. That means in the place of x, what I can substitute? Sin theta या तो cos theta. Square है, 1 है, minus है. That means in the place of x I will write sin theta. That means in the place of x I can write sin theta. This is the substitution. That in the place of x we can substitute sin theta or we can substitute cos theta. So you don't remember this. Try to understand how we are getting it. Okay, I don't remember these things. I use the formulas. I think the formula, then I say what is the substitution we can do. Okay, so understand. X sin theta क्यों डालेंगे? 1 minus matching ना? 1 minus in front, under root matching. Only square is also matching. In the place of x we may have cos theta or may have sin theta. That means when in the question you face a term like this under root 1 minus sin x square, in the place of x you can put sin theta also, in the place of x you can put cos theta also. Both the way you will get the answer. Okay, plus now same this is in terms of a constant a here, minus x square. In the place of 1 we have a square. Okay, so when we face this type of things, almost same है देखो, root minus x square बाद में है, x square later part. Initially we have 1 here we have a square. So in the place of x we will have sin theta only, but with a sin theta. Q. Now think 2 step forward. In the place of x, if you write a sin theta, it will become a square sin theta. A square will come out common, becomes 1 minus sin theta. Formula आ गया ना? So my aim was to make a formula. That's why when we have a here, we write a sin theta or a cos theta. Okay. Now Two more formulas we studied in class 10. Sec square theta minus tan square theta equals to 1 and cosec square theta minus cot square theta equals to 1. Right? From here, we can write this sec theta equals to 1 root 1 plus tan square theta. Cosec theta equals to 1 root 1 plus cot square theta. Now see, 1 plus with a root. Okay? यहाँ पे था 1 minus, यहाँ पे 1 plus. So in questions, if you face this term, under root 1 plus x square. So 1 plus under root. In the place of x, what we can have? Cot theta or tan theta. Formula बन जाएगा. Okay? So in the place of x, we can substitute tan theta or cot theta. Understood? Or in the place of 1, if you have a square plus. Okay? So what will happen? X will remain tan theta with a tan theta or a cot theta. ताकि a square we can take out common and we end up with the formula 1 plus tan square 1 plus cot square. Okay? Now next. From these formulas only, if we shift 1 this side and tan theta that side, you will get a formula like this. Under root cosec square theta minus 1 equals to cot theta from here. Under root sec square theta minus 1 equals to tan theta from here. Okay? Now see, minus 1 पीछे है. यहाँ पे 1 minus आगे था. X square पीछे था. 1 plus आगे था. X square पीछे था. यहाँ पे क्या है? Minus 1 पीछे है. Now see, in question, if you face this type of things, under root x square minus 1. Okay? You have under root x square minus 1. So see, root minus 1 पीछे. Okay, later part. And in front we have x square. Square. So in the place of x, what we can have? Sec theta or cosec theta. We can substitute any one, either sec theta or cosec theta. Okay? Or in the place of 1, if you have a square, rest everything match. So in the place of x, we have a cosec theta or a sec theta. Okay? Now from here the things become a little bit tricky. Okay? Now see. What we studied here? In question, if we face only these type of things, 1 minus x square, under root 1 minus x square, under root 1 plus x square, under root x square minus 1. Now, in question, if you have under root both 1 plus also, 1 minus also. This is very important for a class 12, okay? If we have in the question this pattern, under root 1 plus something, under root 1 minus something. This box is something. It can be anything. Okay, it may be x square, it may be 2x, it may be 3x, anything it may have. Okay, so 1 plus something and 1 minus something. These two somethings should look same. That's why I used rectangle. If they will look different, I use circle and rectangle, two different symbols. Here I have used both rectangles. That means they will look same. So when in a question, if you face like this, under root 1 plus also, under root 1 minus, both the things are there in the question. Then what's the job is? The job is to make it in a formula. So with 1 plus and 1 minus, we have only one formula which has both 1 plus and 1 minus. See, 1 minus cos theta, 2 sin square theta by 2, 1 plus cos theta, 2 cos square theta by 2. Now what the aim of substitution? To make a formula. Okay. So both look same. That means both we have to make it as cos theta. Anyhow we have to make it as cos theta. Whatever we have here, that should be equals to cos theta. क्योंकि 1 plus cos theta का भी formula है, 1 minus cos theta का भी formula है. Okay, both together, 1 plus 1 minus, if we have together, that means we have to make the other term as cos theta. The other term should be cos theta. Okay, let's take some examples. Like you will face few questions where you have, see like this, under root 1 plus x square, plus or minus anything, under root 1 minus x square. So 1 plus under root के साथ भी है question में, 1 minus भी है question में. Both are there in the question. Under root 1 plus also, under root 1 minus also. So see, with 1 plus what we have? X square. With 1 minus what we have? X square. They look same. And we have 1 plus 1 minus both in the question. That means whatever we have here, that should be equals to cos theta. So x square equals to cos theta, we will substitute. Okay. 1 plus baksa. 1 plus baksa. What is baksa here? X square. 1 minus baksa. What is 1 minus baksa? What is baksa here? X square. That means this baksa should be equals to cos theta. So x square equals to cos theta. Okay. So that later on part of the question, after substitution, we can use the formula 1 plus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta. Understood? Similarly, if we have in the question 1 plus x plus minus 1 minus x. So both 1 plus and 1 minus are there in the question. And with 1 plus we have x, with 1 minus also we have x. That means this x should be equals to cos theta. Okay. Now, this is a little bit different. Under root 1 plus sin x plus under root 1 minus sin x. It may be minus also. Huh? Now also we have 1 plus 1 minus, but we don't have x. We have sin x, we have sin x. Okay, but we have 1 plus 1 minus together. So what we studied here? 1 plus 1 minus with a root. Whatever we have here, that should be cos theta. Okay, now you cannot substitute sin x equals to cos theta. ये नहीं कर सकते आप. We can substitute only x value. Okay, so don't think that sir यहाँ भी तो मुझे sin x की जगह cos theta होना चाहिए. नहीं, substitution we do for algebra. This is a trigonometry ना. In the place of x cos theta अगर मैं डालूं तो फायदा क्या होगा? मुझे तो ये पूरे की जगह में cos theta बनाना है ना. Okay, try to understand what is the thinking process. How you will think. You will think that सर ने बोला था x की जगह cos theta डालना है. Whenever we have 1 plus 1 minus. No, सर ने नहीं बोला था x की जगह cos theta डालना है. सर ने बोला था जो भी है इधर 1 plus whatever we have here, 1 minus whatever we have here, that should be equals to cos theta. I have told you that. Okay, so here with 1 plus we have x square, 1 minus we have x square. So I am substituting x square as cos theta. Here we have 1 plus x, 1 minus x. So with 1 plus and 1 minus we have x. So I have substituted x is cos theta. But here with 1 plus and 1 minus we have sin x. Okay, so sin x को we cannot put cos theta. It's not possible. X का value होता है cos theta. Sin x का value नहीं होता है. Okay, so I will think this only, but in a different way. So my thinking is with 1 plus and 1 minus, whatever we have here, it should be cos. Okay, it should be cos. Here we have x square, so substitute कर दिया, but here we have sin x. So now my job is convert sin x into cos x. These things we have studied in class 11. I remember. Okay, so we have to convert the sign in terms of cos. Why we are converting? Because we have a formula 1 plus cos theta, 1 minus cos theta. That's why my job is to convert the sign in terms of cos. So how to convert sin theta into cos theta? Sin x, cos of pi by 2 minus x. Everything is the same. Root 1 plus. In the place of sin x, what are we writing? Cos of pi by 2 minus x. Plus, minus, whatever you have, no problem. Root 1 minus. In the place of sin x, cos pi by 2 minus. Always you have to convert like this. Pi by 2 minus x, cos pi by 2 minus x. Okay. Now see, we have converted. Why we were converting? So that we can put a formula. Now we can put a formula 1 plus cos theta, 2 cos square theta by 2. Pi by 2 minus x whole divided by 2 becomes pi by 4 minus x by 2. Okay, so we are converting sin into cos. Reason is so that we can put the formula. So now we can put the formula. Similarly, 1 minus cos theta, 2 sin square theta by 2. Okay, rest you know root 2 आ जाएगा, cos square becomes cos, root 2 will come out, sin square becomes cos. Further depends on the question. Okay, let's go to the fifth point of substitution. Okay, now comes to point number 5. Point number 5 and point number 6. Again, we have discussed in class 11, but I am not depending on class 11. Why? Because many of the students were joined later. So those who miss class 11 trigonometry chapter, they can overcome those things right now. Okay, especially few students are there who requested me earlier. So please see, if a question, if you see this pattern, cos theta plus minus sin theta, cos theta minus plus sin theta. What I mean to say, here we have plus minus, here we have minus plus. What does that mean? If you have plus in the numerator, we will have minus in the denominator. Or if you have minus in the numerator, we will have plus in the denominator. Alternate signs. Okay. So if you have cos sign, I say it like this. Numerator cos sign plus minus के साथ, or denominator will be cos sign plus minus के साथ. Here you have to first see these 2 points are satisfied or not. Then only we can proceed with the type. Okay. First these 2 conditions need to be satisfied. First, all theta must be same. सारे theta same होना चाहिए. 2x होना चाहिए. Okay, or x square होना चाहिए. Clear? Next, no coefficients of sine and cosine. See, with cos do we have anything? No, only 1. With sine we don't have anything, only 1. With cos only 1. With sine only 1. अगर यहाँ पे गलती से 2, 3 हो जाए, then this method will not follow. Okay. So before going to this method, you should see. Okay, don't be over excited like yes cosine दिख गया बस लगा देता हूँ dividing by cos and all whatever we studied. But remember one thing, we can use this method only if these two conditions are satisfied. If these two conditions doesn't satisfy, then job is not done. We cannot go by this way. Then we have to think in some other way. Okay, class. So what are the conditions? All the angles should be same. All the coefficients should be 1. There should not be any coefficients. Okay. So let's take an example. Cos theta plus sin theta, cos theta minus sin theta. See, alternate signs are there. All thetas are same. Theta, 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 theta. I'm not writing theta, theta 1 like this. All the coefficients are 1, 1. In these cases, divide cos theta by numerator and denominator. So by each term, we will divide by cos theta. Always in every question. If you face a question like this, where these two conditions satisfied, divide by cos. So cos by cos becomes 1 plus sin by cos by cos 1 minus sin by cos. So 1 plus sin theta by cos theta becomes tan theta. 1 minus tan theta. Now these things you have studied in class level. Whenever you face these type of things. Now a question you may face from here. There are few questions we start from here. That means you don't need to do this part. Okay. There are few questions we start from here. That means you need to divide cos theta after satisfying these conditions. Okay. Next, a few questions start from here. Now, when we have in questions when we have 1 plus tan, 1 minus tan, 1 plus tan, 1 minus tan, you have to see these two angles are same or not. यहाँ पे तो same ही आएगा क्योंकि मैंने पहले check कर लिया. But in few questions start from here. Then what you have to see? You have to see these two angles are same or not. Then, if it is 1 plus tan theta or 1 minus tan theta, your job is to convert this in terms of formulas. Tan of A plus minus B equals to tan A plus minus tan B. 1 minus plus tan A tan B. Okay. My job is to convert this into this pattern. इस pattern में बनाना पड़ेगा. So make it in a formula. Okay. So see, what is the pattern? Here we have plus in the numerator. That means the plus वाला देखूंगा. ऊपर में plus होना चाहिए. तो tan A plus tan B. 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay. Now instead of that, what we have? 1 we have to write in terms of tan. Because the first term should be tan. In the place of 1 we should have tan. So 1 की जगह क्या लिखूं? Tan 45. Now don't you dare to write 45 degree now. That was in class 11. You may write. I correct it also. But now don't write 45 please. Okay, you have to write tan 45 pi by 4. So in the place of 1 we are writing tan pi by 4. Now that means in the place of this one also we write tan pi by 4. No. We are not writing in the place of 1 tan pi by 4. We are thinking in the place of 1 we need tan. That's why I am writing in the place of 1 tan pi by 4. Okay? Plus tan something tan theta. हो गया? 1 के जगह 1 ही है. That means this one will remain 1 only. Minus इन दोनों का multiplication है क्या? Multiplication of these two should be here. So multiply these two. Tan pi by 4 into tan theta. We can write here. And this is nothing but tan theta only. Why? Tan pi by 4 is 1. So in the place of 1 minus tan theta I can write like this. 1 minus tan pi by 4. So why I am writing this tan pi by 4 here? Just to match with the formula. Because this has no mathematical value. It becomes 1 only. 1 into tan theta becomes tan theta. The denominator is same. The numerator is also same. Tan pi by 4 is 1 plus tan theta. 1 minus tan theta into tan pi by 4 is 1. So that means everything is same. But only what I am doing? I am writing this in formula pattern. You understand class? Formula pattern tan. I want in the place of 1 tan. So I am writing tan pi by 4 plus tan theta. Next 1 minus upper whatever we have in the numerator, these two multiplication is there. So whatever we have in the numerator multiply कर दो लिखो नीचे. Now this becomes a formula tan A plus tan B 1 minus tan A tan B. Tan of A plus B. A plus B. Okay. You may face a question with a minus plus. ऊपर में minus नीचे plus. Then we use this formula tan of A minus B. Okay. Now this is little bit confusion. Students always forget this pattern. And after doing sums from different books, they start using the book method. Whenever we face this type of question in books, we never do by book method because in book method, different chapters, the same question is solved in a different way. Okay? In inverse trigonometry, they have solved in a different way. In differentiation, they have solved in a different way. In integration, they have solved in a different way. The same question. Okay? But, so your method also should not change with chapters to chapters. So try to understand this. We will use this method in every chapter. The question is the same, chapters are different, methods are same. Book में क्या होता है? Question same, chapters different, methods different. No, we don't want multiple methods for the same question. Okay, now try to understand. If in a question you have function of sin theta and cos theta. Now don't get confused by this. Function of, what is f of sin theta and cos theta? I mean to say something is written where we have sin theta also, where we have cos theta also. Okay. Few examples are given to you. Cos theta 1 minus sin theta, or 1 plus sin theta by cos theta, or under root 1 plus sin theta 1 minus sin theta, or under root 1 plus sin theta 1 minus sin theta. So these are all about cosine, 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 sin, sin, sin. This is a function of sin theta and cos theta. Okay. So if a question is in this patterns, sin theta 1 minus cos. No 2, 3, 4, कुछ नहीं आएगा. Coefficient should be 1. Coefficient of sin cos everywhere. Everywhere a coefficient of sin and cos are 1, 1. Sin and cos का coefficient. You know coefficient. Before sin 1 we have. Before sin 1 we have. Before sin 1. Before sin 1. Sin 1. Before cos 1. So all the coefficients are 1, 1. Angles are also same. Theta, 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 theta. Okay. Now whenever you face a question of this type, very important. So listen very carefully. Huh? So what you need to check, whatever the question you have with 1 minus or 1 plus, you should have cos theta. Okay? You should have cos theta and the other term should be a sin theta. This is a condition. This thing should match with the question. So that I have written here. Step 1. F of sin theta and cos theta must satisfy in a way such that with 1 plus or 1 minus there must be cosine, with sine in numerator or denominator. With 1 plus or 1 minus we should have cosine and sine in the other term. Okay, like see here, we have 1 plus, with 1 plus we should have cos and the other term should be sine. 1 plus 1 minus we should have cosine. There is no other term, so forget about it. 1 plus 1 minus, what is the aim is, we have studied in class 11 also. Whenever you have this type of things, this type of expressions in particular question, you have to see 1 plus 1 minus के साथ cosine होना चाहिए. Okay, now why? क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं? A इस aim को complete करना है. We need formulas. Okay, class. We need formulas, so we want to make a formula. That's all. 1 minus sin theta का कोई formula नहीं होता है. लेकिन 1 minus cos theta का formula होता है. So I want to convert this sin into cos, so that the job is done. Okay, understood? So that I have written out here. Step 1. F of sin theta and cos theta, that is these, must satisfy होना चाहिए in a way such that with 1 plus or 1 minus there must be cosine. That is 1 plus 1 minus का cosine होना चाहिए with sine in the other term. That means the other term should be sine. Now step 2. If step 1 satisfies, that means if the questions satisfy this condition, in this situation it is not satisfying. With 1 minus we have sine, we should have cosine. So if satisfied, apply these formulas. Sin theta 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2, 1 minus cos theta 2 sin square theta by 2, 1 plus cos theta 2 cos square theta by 2. Okay, now these are what? Step 3. If step 1 not satisfied, in these questions step 1 with 1 plus 1 minus we don't have cosine, that means step 1 not satisfied. Then what you need to do? You need to do convert sine into cos or cosine into sine. See here. Sine we need to convert into cosine and cosine we need to convert into sine. That I have written here. If step 1 not satisfied, convert sine into cosine or cosine to sine to satisfy step 1. Step 1 satisfied हो जाएगा, 1 के साथ cosine होना पड़ेगा. Okay, and then apply formula of step 2. Apply formulas of step 2. Okay, let's take an example to understand this more clearly. Now see, let's take an example to understand the 6th number point. Okay, tan inverse cos x minus cos x by 1 minus sin x. We have a question where we face this type of thing. Tan inverse cos x by 1 minus sin x. I am doing this question, not a question, as example to show these things, nothing else. Okay, so don't think what is the answer, what is the form, what is the question. Forget about question, forget about answer. Try to understand this pattern. See, inside tan inverse, what we have? Cos and sin. With the coefficients 1, 1. Angles are same, x, x. But with 1 minus, we have sin. What does step 1 say? With 1 minus, we should have cosine. And the other term should be sin. So it's not matching. Step 1 not matching. That means step 2 is not valid. Go to step 3 directly. Okay, convert. So now tan inverse tan inverse. In the place of cos, we need to find sine. So pi by 2 minus x. Cos theta, pi by 2 minus theta. 1 minus sine की जगह cos बनाना पड़ेगा. Pi by 2 minus theta. I think this is clear. Converting sine into cos, cos into sine. Now, ये क्यों किया? So that with 1 minus we have cos now. Step 1 आ गया. With 1 minus we have cos and the other term is sine. So pattern match कर दिया. Okay. Step 1. Pattern match. With 1 plus 1 minus we have cos. The other term is sine. Now what if the pattern match? What do you have to do? Formula. Apply formula. Sin theta. 2 sin theta by 2. Pi by 2 minus x whole divided by 2 is pi by 4 minus x by 2 into cos theta by 2. 1 minus cos theta. 2 sin square theta by 2. Applying the formula. Pi by 2 minus x whole divided by 2. It becomes pi by 4 minus x by 2. Okay, now see, something is cancelling out, 2 cancelling out, sin cancelling out. So what we have? Cos theta by sin theta. Both thetas are same. So it becomes what? Cos theta by sin theta becomes cot theta. So now we have tan inverse cot theta. Job is not done. Here we have tan inverse, here we have cot. But we know tan inverse tan हट जाएगा. So convert this cot in terms of tan. Okay. So 1 by tan लिखने से तो नहीं हटेगा ना. We need tan here. So what I will do? Again I will use quadrant concept. Same what we did here. How we converted cos into sin? Pi by 2 minus theta. Here also I will use cot into tan. Pi by 2 minus theta. Okay. So pi by 2 tan inverse tan gone. Pi by 2 minus pi by 4 minus 2 minus plus x by 2. So pi by 2 minus pi by 4 is pi by 4 plus x by 2. Solve it. 90 minus 45 is 45. Okay. Pi by 4 plus x by 2 is the answer. Okay. Now see. When you start applying these, you sometimes face a problem. Like a question like this. For example, if you have sin x by 1 minus sin x. Okay. Now, see. What I told you. 1 plus के साथ cosine होगा. With sin in numerator or denominator. 1 minus के साथ sin नहीं है. Cosine नहीं है. We have sin. So what is your job? Your job is to do like this. 1 minus cos of pi by 2 minus x, right? कर दिया. Sin को cosine बना दिया. And the other term is sin, right? Is there? But here, see what is happening. Angle is changing. Here, both the angles remain same, pi by 2 minus x. So while converting, the angles are same only. But here, angle change. So in these cases, again, this pattern will not work. Because see, here angles are same. So when you start opening the formulas, terms are cancelling out. But here, if you open the formula, angles are not same. So sometimes the student get confused in these things. सर ने तो बोला था 1 minus के साथ cos होना चाहिए, तो मैंने cos में तो convert कर दिया. I have converted the other term is sin also. Then why this thing is not working? Why it's not working? Because the angle is different now. If you apply the formula, things will not simplify. Here it's simplified. This whole thing becomes tan. One term, cot बन गया ये. यहाँ पे तो कुछ नहीं होगा. Okay? Understood class? So this is all about the substitution basics. In the next videos, we will start solving the questions related to substitutions. Okay? Now, one last thing I want to say you. Other than discussion of the 6 substitution basics, still you have few questions where the question doesn't exactly match with what we did here on the board. We always have exceptions. We cannot do all things all together in a one page. It's not possible. So in those questions, remember the aim. What is the aim? Whatever we are doing here, with the aim matching with the formula. So if any question is not matching with the substitution basics 6 points what we studied, then we will go to the basics. See the question nicely. Try to apply a formula. Try to see which term is not making a formula. If we remove that term and if I substitute some other term, it becomes a formula. That is your job. Okay, you will hardly face that in those questions. We will solve here also. One or two sum of where the question is not exactly matching with the substitution basics. There we are thinking the formulas pattern. Okay, so we'll do the sum next video. Thank you class.